One of the most notorious robberies in English history took place in 1963 when a gang of men stole over 2 million pounds from a night mail train in the countryside outside London. Hello amazing viewers, it's me Femina here. If this is a content you would be interested in, do subscribe and click the bell right away. The Great Train Robbery is a name given to a 2.6 million pounds train robbery committed on 8th August 1963 at Bridego Railway Bridge, Ledburn, near Mentmore in Buckinghamshire, England. The 15 hold-up men, wearing helmets, ski masks and gloves, were aided by two anonymous insiders who provided sensitive train schedule and cargo information, and another person who provided a country hideaway in Buckinghamshire. The bulk of the stolen money was not recovered. It was probably the largest robbery by value in British history. At 6:50 p.m. on Wednesday, 7th August, the travelling post office up special train set off from Glasgow Central Station, Scotland, en route to Euston Station in London. The train consisted of 12 carriages and carried 75 post office staff who sorted the mail and parcels. The second carriage from the front of the train was a high-value package carriage where registered mail was sorted. Much of this consisted of cash. Usually, the value of these items would have been in the region of £300,000, but because there had been a bank holiday weekend in Scotland, the total on the day of the robbery was £2.6 million, about 53 million US in 2018. There was not a single police officer or security guard in charge of securing nearly £3 million above. At around 3 a.m., the driver, Jack Mills, stopped the train at a red signal light in Ledburn, a place known as Sears Crossing, between Bedfordshire and Buckinghamshire. The signal was false. The robbers had covered the green signal light with a leather glove and connected a 6-volt Eveready battery to power the red signal light. The fireman, David Whitby, climbed down from the cab to call the signalman from a railway trackside telephone, only to find the cables had been cut. Soon the robbers captured him and climbed the train. They chose a lonely spot 800 meters ahead where the rest of the gang would unload the high-value packets containing the money. A robber who was selected to drive the train was not experienced on that particular model, so they forced Mr. Mills to drive. As he was reluctant to move the train, one of the gang struck him on the head. Meanwhile, other robbers uncoupled the third carriage. In the 10 carriages left behind, 75 postal employees worked unaware of any problem but a delay. At Bridego Bridge, the train was stopped and the robbers attacked the HVP coach's sealed door, which is accessible only from the inside. The thieves hacked through it with iron tools. 5 post office staff guarding the coach was threatened and made to lie down at the far end of the van. Then, they unloaded the 120 mail bags onto the Austin Lodestar truck parked in the lane below. To mislead any potential witnesses, they additionally used 2 Land Rover vehicles. The robbers handcuffed Whitby and Mills together in the carriage. All 7 men were then ordered not to leave the coach for half an hour. The whole operation took just 30 minutes. Driving slowly through back lanes to avoid detection, they arrived at a remote farmhouse, Leatherslade Farm, which they had bought 6 weeks earlier. At the farm, they celebrated and divided the loot. Alarms rang throughout Cheddington. A total reward of £260,000 was offered for the detection of the thieves, £10,000 of which was offered by the post office. Police received a tip-off from a nearby farm worker in Leatherslade. When police arrived, they found a large quantity of food, bedding, sleeping bags, post office sacks, registered mail packages, banknote wrappers, and a Monopoly set. The getaway vehicles were covered nearby. The robbers had wiped away many fingerprints, but police lifted some from a Monopoly game board and a ketchup bottle. With this and other evidence, 12 of the 15 robbers were caught, convicted, and sent to prison. When their trial came in January 1964, the sentences shocked the nation. The defendants were given a total of over 300 years in prison. But none of the gang served more than 15 years. 3 robbers were never caught. Jack Mills sustained severe brain damage from blows to the head. He never recovered and suffered until his death. It is sobering to reflect that train driver, who had bravely defended the state's millions, received a mere 250 pounds compensation, about $6,700 in 2018. Yet, some of the robbers' wives were later paid thousands for their stories by the newspapers. Despite the huge amount of money stolen, none of the thieves were able to live happily, as most of it either lost, stolen, spent on lawyers, or on escaping justice. As for the money, to this day, only a fraction of it has ever been recovered. Wrong deeds never bring true everlasting happiness. Life comes only once, live it the right way. See you in another video. Bye bye.